Tonight I'm talking about forgiveness. Oh, but I've talked about forgiveness already. So why am I talking about it again? Well, I'm talking about a different kind of forgiveness. Forgiving one's self. See, it's easy for me to preach about forgiving somebody. Even though forgiveness isn't always the easiest, it's easy to say, well, just let it go. Just let things go. Move on. It's better for you. Yeah, that part of it's easy. It's hard to ask someone to forgive themselves sometimes because we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. We put a lot of blame on ourselves when things don't go our way. And that, I think, is oftentimes why we get so stressed. We don't want to admit it, but I think that most of the time stress in our lives is self-inflicted because I talked about making a choice. You have the choice in life, and I forget hair, but you have a choice in life, and with everything that you decide to do, you are prompted to choice. How are you going to choose to handle whatever it is you're going through? That's just one of the choices. So when you're dealing with stuff, when you're stressed out, it's tough to make some of the difficult choices because easier choices make you more stressed out. And this is going to sound really complicated. It makes sense in my head, but maybe people can dissect it. It's easy sometimes to make the hard choice or make the difficult choice. Over time, it's harder on you, is what I meant to say. Because that's totally doesn't make any sense. But it's easy to make those choices, and I know it's like, why is that the case? But the more challenging, the harder, I guess it's hard for me to really explain it. I mean, I'm trying to get it into words and it makes sense in my head. When we are going through life, when we've made choices like this is the path that I want to take, sometimes it's easy to fall off and take the approach that requires less effort, but is also extremely stressful because you feel like you're not doing what you want to do. And either path is stressful because when you pursue the things you want to do, it's going to be hard. When you're not pursuing the things you want to do, it's going to be hard because you're beating yourself up one way or another. It sucks. It can really come back to bite you. So then you start getting all stressed out and worked up, and you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, and you feel lost and you feel alone. And then you start to get to a point where you're making decisions and you regret them and you just can't forgive yourself. Well, you need to forgive yourself for the things that you did in the past if you want to have a fulfilling future. People always hold on to the past, myself included, and we beat ourselves up over oh, I wish I hadn't made that choice. I wish that I had done things differently that time around, all of these different things. And honestly, it just takes sitting down and saying, hey, let me really work through this. Let's make sense of this. I don't deserve to put myself through this pain, this stress, this burden if I just find a way to forgive myself. Because when you forgive yourself, you're able to forgive other people a lot easier. You can help yourself a lot easier. You don't have to live with the burden of something that happened in your past your whole life. It's just not fair to you or the people around you. You have the choice to be this really optimistic, confident person who, is always striving for success. And if you're unable to forgive yourself, you're just letting yourself be burdened, and you won't be the person that you want to be. You're just holding on to things that don't matter. The past is a figment of our imagination. The future is a figment of our imagination. There are things that happen, and I'm quoting this, but there are things that happen that you are imagining. Nothing that you imagine in your past or in your future is exactly as it was in the present moment. So why beat yourself up for something that isn't? Strive for right now. What can you do right now? How can you be successful right now? Forgive yourself. Ask yourself for forgiveness and then grant it. Because it's not worth holding a grudge over your own self. That sucks. That sucks. Anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And I know you might not be able to see it, but finally starting to get a little something here. A little something for No Shade November, which finally I'm old enough to partake in. That sounds really dumb. Anyway, okay, yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, and Thanks for everything, guys.